para acompañarnos desde la plataforma
What if it
de...
didn't?
Stop. All right. Thank you. So sorry, everyone. Larissa, I'm not sure what happened.
I swear, I only said it once.
I know. Once more with feeling. Oh my goodness. We were trying to figure that out. And so I think we want to pause for a commercial break, if we will, to make sure that we are not having that same issue as we move forward. And I'm almost afraid to ask if we might start again, Larissa, and see if we can just do a little test with you. And then, Scott, I'm going to ask you to test yours as well to make sure we're not doing Groundhog Day. Go ahead. All right, Larissa, go first. Just a moment.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Larissa Dávila y soy la intérprete del inglés al español. Hace unos momentos tuvimos un problema técnico en el que se estuvo repitiendo varias veces el mensaje, pero ya está todo bajo control. Para las personas que nos gustan acompañar en el idioma español, nos pueden acompañar desde nuestra presentación que estamos llevando simultáneamente en vivo desde Zoom. Ustedes pueden ir al enlace que se encuentra en pantalla y una vez en Zoom pueden ir a la parte inferior de su pantalla donde encuentran el icono del mundo y ahí pueden seleccionar el idioma español, donde yo los estaré acompañando durante toda la presentación con una interpretación simultánea en español. Muchas gracias.
I think that worked perfectly. Scott, you want to try out your mic and just say hello to folks, and then we will get going with the presentation.
Good. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm with the City of Austin. I'm a public information specialist. Super happy to be here chatting about my ATX water today.
All right, thank
and
you.
I'm very happy I didn't echo.
We're going to have fun tonight. And again, welcome everyone. We're so grateful that you're here, and we really appreciate your time. We're going to take you through some information about the My ATX Water smart water meter system and the portal that we really want to make sure you really understand so that you can get the full benefit of the project. So if you all could advance the slide, and let's go to tonight's agenda, and I'll cover that. So you just met Scott and Larissa, and also with us is Jess Roby, who is going to be answering questions. She's helping to lead a lot of the installation that's happening on the ground. So again, welcome everyone. We want to get to know you. We're going to do a quick icebreaker question. We're going to go over the My ATX water system itself. We'll show you a short video on the meter installation, and then we want to spend some time with you on the customer portal, which is a wonderful feature which will allow you insight into your water usage and ideas on ways to conserve. And then throughout tonight's conversation, we want to let you know that you can provide us with comments in the text box, which is found to the right of the video, or you can call us at 855-925-2801 and enter pound 4728. Or if you'd like, you can text us at 73224. So text us at 73224 and enter H663. All right. So next slide, please. So we want to take a moment to get to know you, and this is an opportunity for you to communicate with us in the chat or by text if you choose to. And I'm excited because I actually don't know the answer to this question, so I hope that you do, and we get that. But can you guess the average usage of water for an Austin household, or a household in Austin? Can you guess the average usage of water? And I'm going to rely on the smart folks at my ATX Water to help us give me the right answer here. So I'm going to check the chat. I'm going to go over to my chat box here and go ahead and put your comments in the chat. Anybody on the team want to guess what is the average usage, water usage for a household in Austin? Larissa, oh, she's in the interpretation room, so she can't guess. Scott, what's your guess?
From my days of teaching children this, I think I remember it as 100 to 120 gallons per person per day. I don't know what a household would be though.
So an average household is about 4 people. That's usually what the numbers are. So about between 100 and 108, 400 and 480, almost 500
Yeah.
gallons. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's still 100% accurate though.
All right. Well, we've got some smart people in the Austin community who will help us out with this conversation. All right, next slide, please. Thank you, Scott. So we want to give you just a quick overview on how this plan came about. And Scott is going to share this with you through the Austin Water 100-year water resource plan. So Scott, you can take it away.
Yeah, so a bunch of smart water folks got together and decided to make Austin as water smart as possible and developed a 100-year water resource plan called Water Forward. There's a bunch of different strategies in this to help conserve water, including making our landscapes and structures more water efficient, and also the advanced metering infrastructure that we're talking about today, the smart meters, the My ATX Water, which is what we're chatting about today, which is a huge part of our water future. Next slide. So I know Jess unfortunately had to drop out a little early, so I'm happy to talk about the installation process. Luckily, it's very simple, easy to go through. Someone from Clara, which is our certified technicians, that's the team that's doing the installs. They basically replace your existing water meter with a new digitally read meter. It's actually the same brand of meter. They're called Badger meters. After the meter is installed, the technician will put a door hanger on your door, which will give you all the information you need to flush your lines and sign up for our portal. And our portal we'll talk about a little later, but you'll receive things like leak alerts, water saving methods, and also near real-time water use data. It's pretty cool. There's a video on the next slide that'll tell you a little bit more too.
So we'll go ahead.
Introducing my
Go ahead.
ATX Water, Austin's smart water meter system. Utility experts call it advanced metering infrastructure, a system already used in cities across the country. My ATX Water is easy for customers. You'll receive a notice that an authorized installation crew is coming to upgrade your water meter. Our technicians will have uniforms and IDs identifying them as employees of Aclara, the company installing the My ATX Water system. They are trained and have been hired locally where possible. It only takes a few minutes to install the new digital meter that measures and transmits your water usage by wireless transmission. These new meters measure your water usage and safely report that information each day via wireless network. Typically, the new meter system fits in your regular meter location, and care will be taken to leave everything in order, but please remove any debris from the area. A notice will be left on your door to let you know that installation is complete and your meter is operating correctly. You will want to run your water from an outside spigot and your bathtub for about 10 minutes after installation to clear the lines. That's it. You are now ready to sign up on the My ATX Water customer portal. You now have a daily glimpse into your water consumption, available to see anytime on a password-protected, personalized website. You can see exactly how and when you are using water, with tools you can customize to alert you to possible leaks or other problems. Every Austin Water customer will eventually have access to My ATX Water. That's 250,000 digital meters to install over 4 years, plus other equipment needed to gather the data. Visit myatxwater.org to learn more about Austin's smart water meter system.
Thank you for that, sharing that video, and we'll go to the next slide.
Introducing My ATX.
And wanted to let you know that we are really looking at installing a bunch of meters over the next couple of years. And we want you to know how you can help us with the installation process. So as the video indicated, it showed us that an installer will come to your door and provide you with a notice about the installation. It's really important that you know, but prior to the installer coming to your door, you'll receive a scheduling notice. And so emails are going out, communication is going out to you. So be on the lookout for an email. And within a couple of weeks of receiving that email, you should expect an install. We would really appreciate it if you would make sure that you leave your water meter location clear of any obstruction, any debris that may be there. So it makes it easier for the installer to complete the task. And then if you have pets, that you make sure that you secure your pets when the installer shows up. And it's really important, and it was also mentioned in the video, that after the installation is complete, you want to flush your lines. You want to run your tap water, and you want to run cold water for both outside and inside. So in the bathtub and then outside for about 10 minutes to flush the line for any debris that might have fallen into the line after the installation is complete. And the installer will let you know by leaving a door hanger for you that the installation is complete. So make sure you flush your lines afterwards. And then the final thing that we want you to do is we want you to enroll in the customer portal, which is what we're going to talk about next, because it's through that customer portal that you receive the benefit of the meter because you're able to monitor your account on a consistent basis. Go ahead to the next slide. We skipped one. So with that, I'll turn it over to Scott for him to share all of the different aspects of the portal and the benefits of it.
Awesome. So yeah, the portal is a fantastic way for you to track and manage your water use so you can conserve water and save money every single month. Next slide, please. So here's a brief kind of overview of the homepage, which is customizable. You can move things around. You can look at your meter data, check any alerts for things like sustained use or that could point to something like a leak. Look at recommended water saving tips based on your personal usage, and even compare your usage to similar households. And for tracking, this is a great tool for following your household usage over time to see if there are those large spikes. It's near real-time data. So if you start a new irrigation system or you get a new dishwasher or anything like that, you can actually see how much water you're saving in a certain amount of time or using, or looking for things like leaks and things like that. And it also helps you understand your bill a little more each season, year to year. You can download data from all the way back to January 2017 to see any trends or patterns in your water use. And then when you look at your bill, you can see the past 3 months of billing and usage and see how every month kind of compares. And this is also, you'll see that little button that says set alerts down there. This is also where you can set alerts for yourself, and there's a little take action button too, and that's how you can customize how you and your household can conserve water. And we're not quite to the technology where we can tell the future yet, but based on what your water use is doing currently, you can kind of map out a trajectory of your current water use for the month based on what you've used in the first week of that month, between 7 and 21 days. So it's based on current bill data and not historical data. So it's just kind of looking at how you're using it so far through the month. And that way, if you're using a lot, you can kind of make sure you and your family cut back. So these are some of the notifications that you can sign up for through the portal as well. High use notifications. It kind of looks at a 10-day window and compares if there's a big spike or something like that. Bill forecast, like we just talked about, it'll kind of look at what you're using so far and forecast what you're going to be paying in the coming month. Utility Connect, that will let Austin Water send you informative messages, and then unplanned use notification. If you're away from your property, if you're on vacation, or if you own a rental property and all of a sudden water starts being used at that property, even though no one's supposed to be there, you can get an alert on that and get it shut off quicker than any other thing. Like this will tell you, like I said, near real time, so you can really take care of issues like that. And you can just see how your household is using water. This is one of the places that spending a little bit of time at the beginning of the portal when you first sign up and answering some of the optional questions will really help personalize this for you and give you accurate estimates and comparisons. So it'll tell you, hey, you're spending a lot on irrigation, or if you've got teenagers, you're spending a lot in the shower. You know, just kind of shows you how your household is using water, so you can have smart conversations about it with your family. And then this is kind of the field that helps you customize that. You can answer questions. All this is optional, but it helps the portal work for you. You can get those notifications. You can get personalized water saving suggestions for you and your family. And also it just, you know, it helps you save water, which saves you money as well. And this is kind of the difference between someone who up top did not necessarily personalize or update their information, and then someone below who did. And so the portal can really show that person where they're spending a lot of their water. Like they spend a lot on showers and baths. Like I said, they probably have a teenager. But yeah, you can tell the portal, well, I don't have a yard, or I don't have an irrigation system, and it can kind of, you can tell it you have a low flow toilet or things like that, and it can kind of figure out your water use from there. It's pretty cool. And My ATX Water is the website for all of this info. You can get a great overview of the project itself, read all the cool stuff that we're working on. There's a really nice map. There's a link to a map at the bottom that's really interactive. It's a brand new map. We just put it up there this week. And you can type in your address and it'll show you you're scheduled, or if you already have the meter, you'll be blue on there. If your address doesn't show up, it just means you're not quite scheduled yet. You might be in the rollout in the next phase or something like that. It's gonna be the next 4 years to get all these going. So if you're not on the map yet, you will be soon. And then obviously we have plenty of time for y'all's questions today, but if there is anything, else that y'all didn't think of, there's FAQs on there, and then you can always email my atxwater@austintexas.gov. Cool.
And so thank you, Scott, for that overview.
Of course.
It's really exciting to see how the technology that is being installed across the entire Austin water system can really help customers take charge and take control of their water usage, because you have more information now, and potentially more easily accessible to you. So just to recap, and also to open up for questions, we'd love to know, what parts of the installation process and or the portal are interesting or appealing to you, specifically related to the portal. If you have additional questions about 1 through 6, let us know. And I'm going to turn and look at my chat box, because I did see a question come in through the chat about the water meter installation itself. So I'm going to read it here. We have a homeowners association with 2 water meters, one for irrigation and one for potable water for homeowners. Will we get a smart meter for each existing water meter? That's a great question. So Scott, can you help us answer that?
That is such a great question that I actually do not know the answer. That is something I will have to check with the team. Is there any way we can get that person's information?
Sure.
Or if that person can just email my atxwater@austintexas.gov.
Actually,
that'll go to me.
We did get an answer. I just got an answer in here. So
okay, great.
Oh, and it makes sense, right? Because we're replacing all of the meters across the entire system. So if you have 2 meters, you're going to get 2 meters replaced. So all of the meters will be replaced. They should get both the irrigation and the potable water meter replaced. So yeah.
There are irrigation only meters, I was just told. So yep.
Yeah, it's good. And so I wanted to find out, and I think you talked about it, Scott, a little bit earlier. If I have questions about what is happening on my property related to the installation, like when am I going to get a meter? Where am I in the schedule? Because this is a multi-year project, correct?
It is. It'll be over the next 4 years. It started late last year as a pilot, and we are rolling for sure now.
Yeah. And so where can I find like the latest updates on, or how will I know where I'll be in line in terms of getting a new meter over the next couple of years?
Of course. So there is that map that I mentioned on myatxwater.org. You can click around on that. You can type your address in. There's a lot of different ways you can interact with that map. And then also, we're on a mailing schedule where we will snail mail you a letter and that says, hey, heads up, we are coming to your area soon. And then closer to the actual install date, we will send you an email that will let you know in the next week or 2, you will be getting your meter, so look out.
Thank you for that. And then we had another question about like, what are some of the biggest benefits that current customers are seeing that were a part of the pilot with using the portal? Are you getting any feedback from customers who are using the portal, and what are some of the biggest benefits?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of people so happy about the leak alerts. They had a broken irrigation system, or they had a toilet that was running, and they were able to get it fixed very quickly instead of having to do the guesswork of getting a high water bill a month later and being like, why was this so high? I have to figure this out. Instead, they signed up for text messages. They got a text message that said, hey, there's some sustained water use at your house. It might be coming from this. And they were able to get it fixed really quickly and save money and headaches.
I think it's really important what you just said about text messages, because we do know that there are some folks in Austin that are not online, that don't have access to the internet. So what I heard you say is there is a way that if you're not online, that you could still benefit from the communication from the portal. So how does that work?
Yeah, definitely. We have text message capabilities and also robocalling. I'm not sure exactly how robust the robocalling is currently. It's not something we have really used that much aside from emergency situations, which is another huge benefit of the portal. You will get real time if there's an emergency, such as I hesitate to bring up the winter storm. It's all it's all still, I don't know. I'm still feeling rough about it, but you will get emergency if there's a boil water notice or anything like that. You will get those alerts very quickly.
And so I know that we're really focusing on people being able to independently monitor their usage through the portal, that they can sign up for text messages and also robocalls, and that process is being refined and expanded. What if I just want to call somebody and find out more information? Can I pick up the phone and talk to someone?
Yeah, definitely. Our utility customer care center is, get ready for a phone number. If you want to write a phone number down, it's 512.
All right, 512.
494 9400. And that's for general questions. Do you want an emergency phone number too?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. That's always something good to have on hand. The water emergency phone number is 512 972 1000.
So, all right, I just posted that. Thank you for that, Scott, in the chat for everyone. There is just a little bit of a delay between like what we're experiencing live and what's being streamed through publicinput.com. And so I just want to take a moment and ask if there are any additional questions. We really do appreciate your feedback and your participation so far before we close out. And I'm going to give it a moment to check and see here if we've got any additional questions or comments before we wrap up for this evening. We really do want this to be helpful and useful and informative to you as you are receiving a new meter, and that you have some introduction to the portal, which is a tool that will give you greater insight and control over how you're using your water. And we want to make sure that we're answering your questions. And I don't see anything right now, so I think we can go to the last slide.
And if there are any questions, they can always email my ATX Water anytime.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing all of this good information about the installation process, as well as the portal, Scott. We appreciate your help with tonight's presentation. So thank you all for joining us. We would really appreciate you giving us feedback. We're going to be doing these conversations on a regular basis as we continue to reach all of the residents and businesses throughout Austin Water's service area. And we want to get better as we communicate with you. So your feedback is really important to us. We ask that you take a quick survey, which is going to be located beneath the video tonight, to give us feedback on tonight's conversation as we continue to provide this information to our community. So we want to thank you for being here, for joining us. We appreciate your time. And my ATX Water, Austin Smart Water Meter System, is in the installation phase and will be working in communities across the city and coming to a neighborhood near you. Thanks for being here. Good night, everyone.
Night. Thank you all.